This is the nightly strange. We do things for change.
Make them holler for $1.
You're welcome to the Nightly Strange.
Welcome to the Nightly Strange, ladies and gentlemen. We are your hosts, D. Mac Uno.
And I'm Keyz Stanley.
And welcome back to another fabulous week. Woo! Did that go right?
Here we go. Yeah, no, yes. At the end of a fabulous week, here we go.
Yes. Let's talk about a little bit of crime in our city.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's so ridiculous. You know, I blame the government and the officials for being so nice to the heroin addicts.
And
the meth addicts.
Do you blame the slogan, the defund the police?
No, that has nothing. They gave the police more money.
Did they? I thought they got the initial budget cuts, and then the way that they're changing some of our laws as far as who they can chase after.
Those laws aren't for black folks.
Okay, so we're talking two separate issues.
Same thing. Those laws ain't for black folks. Those are for the demographic of the drug addicts that are committing crime has changed.
Yeah, well, that's for sure.
So they're trying to be nice to them and be lenient, but it's not working.
Because now let's talk about the drugs that we're talking. We're talking the pills.
Pills, yes, the opiates.
Yeah, the opiates.
Yes.
It's really seem to have a hold on the people around here. And I'm guessing it's not even just our town.
It's a whole epidemic across the whole United States.
Absolutely, but I really notice it here on the West Coast. It just seems like no matter where you go, it's just everywhere, and it's coming into the suburbs at this point.
Oh, it's been in the suburbs.
Well, now just in your face.
Yes.
In your face.
Because the crime, because you can't hide it anymore. Mm-hmm. Like for instance, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about somebody rammed their car into our local Petco store.
Yeah.
And they stole 3 ferrets.
Just 3 ferrets.
Nothing else. 3 ferrets.
Yeah. No chinchillas.
No gerbils.
Yeah.
No goldfish.
No special breed fish. Exactly. Nothing.
No castles to put in the fish tank.
And just FYI, they priced these ferrets at $380.
Really?
That's all that they were. Well, for each one. So and the damage was over $10,000.
I didn't know ferrets were that. I had a friend that had a ferret, and it was the wildest, stinkiest creature I remember.
Stinky for sure.
And it was wild. Urine. She would let it out the cage, and it would just run wild all through her room.
Yeah, and they like to jump on stuff, and it's just. No.
I mean, ferrets they kill snakes.
Yeah, but if you have snakes in your house, the last thing you need is a ferret. That's after you've tried the exterminator, pest control.
If there's a snake in my house and I can't get it out, I have to burn the house.
Yeah, going to go get ferrets.
This place got to go.
Yeah, exactly. But just really quickly going back to, the crime. I don't understand. I mean, I understand what's happening. I guess I just thought our little pocket town was a sleepy town outside the city, and we would always be safe from that type of crime because people are getting jacked on the car, and we're not talking it's at night. We're at it's a
broad
dark
daylight.
area. It's broad daylight in the morning, busy areas, Petco incidents.
Carjackings in the streets.
Yeah,
police
property damage.
People
theft.
running from the police, running into the police cars, and keep going. Couldn't be black folks.
Well, and that does make it interesting. And I know everyone's journey is different, right, when it comes to dealing with the police. But it does. I hear that over and over again. That if this person was black, that's not how that would have went down. That's not how they would have been treated.
They would have said if a black person would have took his car and rammed into another police officer's car, they would have said he used it as a weapon to try to kill the police officer, and they would have used it justified to shoot him.
Yeah. And that's sad. And part of me is just like, but when I see like sheriffs and stuff, I wave, they wave at me, they smile, and
I just look at them. Right now.
Because ultimately, if I need them for something, I want them to respond. Like if I had to break in, and I would hope that that they would show up and not think that I was the thief, and try to maybe go to my husband. Is this the one? The one in the braids.
It was her. She did it. She has those sneakers on for sneaking.
Exactly. She came into those her sneakers, but she's stealing from you, sir.
We seen that on Instagram.
Oh, exactly. Oh my goodness. But that just goes to show you, like, would you feel comfortable leaving shoes outside right now? Just like your price, like your Reeboks, like fresh, clean, like
in the backyard. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. The backyard. How about your front yard?
You mean like on the steps?
Yeah, because I was just, on vacation, and
my shoes are only worth $40.
But so many people are leaving like their shoes, their sneakers, their slippers and stuff, and no one comes and takes them.
In Hawaii?
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't do that out here.
Yeah, not right now.
People do stupid. I remember when I was telling somebody the other day. One time I went to go put air in my tires.
Okay.
And I'm driving away, and I see this drug addict lady in her car. She sees that the machine's still going, so she gets in the car, speeds over there to go fill up with air, put air in her tires to use it.
Okay.
But her tires already had air. She got over there and looked like, oh, and she stumbled back in her car and drove away.
Okay, that could have been a misstep. I mean, that could have been someone trying to also be really, really frugal. Like, I've just been waiting all day. For
She looked
someone
high as
to-
shit. Like she pulled up there to get gas and then saw that the air thing was on and then got back in her car and sped over.
Oh, man. Yeah, the things that you do when you're intoxicated.
For me, it's just where I live at. This town has always had a lot of crime.
Really?
Oh yeah, tons of crime, tons and tons of crime.
Okay.
And just now, everyone's a journalist. Everyone has security cameras. Everyone has a smartphone.
That is a great point.
So So now you're seeing it. You're like, oh my gosh, it's so crazy out here. It's
That is
always
a great
been out
point with the ring cams, you mean? So people are capturing it and then putting it out there.
Yeah.
On these Facebook pages.
here. Yes.
And stuff. So now people can see this is what happened.
Yeah, you're thinking, oh man, they're jacking cars every day. They're jacking kind of the same cars. Pickup trucks and Hondas.
Okay. Are those the ones that have those converters or whatever that people were stealing? What is
Okay, catalytic converters.
Yeah.
Well, inside of those they have platinum. It's like they do it for the metals inside of them.
Okay.
And so they take that and the metal inside of it's worth more than probably the car.
Okay, I've heard that a lot of people that whatever that component is,
Yeah.
a lot of thieves are going for that component.
Yeah, it's platinum.
Okay.
Platinum. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
They're doing that. I know in the South they started to drill holes inside of the gas tanks to get the gas out.
No.
Yeah.
What is some of the gas prices that you see?
The highest is
Yeah.
$5.
$5.
Because that's what I got. All my cars take premium.
Oh, look at you.
I thought I was, but yeah. So it's like the highest I've had to pay was $5.05.
$5.05. Okay.
But I mean, gas prices. It's like you can complain about it. You're still gonna bend over and take that shit.
because you have to.
You have to. That or walk or get on the bike.
And who's doing that?
Nobody.
If
I'm
you
out of
can avoid
shape.
it.
I look at my bike
Yeah.
and get tired. I'm like, woo!
Right.
I gotta
And
go watch.
how far am I going?
On the bike or in the car?
On the bike.
Ooh,
Because I think that has a lot to do with it too. A lap around the block. Okay.
maybe if it's.
Going to the gas station.
How many snacks am I getting?
Exactly. Whatever you can fit in your
if
backpack.
if it's uphill, I'm walking that bike back.
Oh, yo, coming up our big hill, I cannot. Maybe on that electric scooter.
Even
And
my
you
son
can-
be like,
yeah.
oh man, going up that hill, it's so hard. I got to pedal. I'm like,
Oh, he does have to pedal. Okay, I was wondering if you just kick it into electric gear like a moped.
I don't know. I don't rode his bike once. He can't ride it now. He got a broken arm.
Oh, so that's no.
Yeah, he's making a turn. He crashed and he landed on the ground, but then the bike flipped up and landed on him.
Oh.
So broke his wrist. He has a fractured wrist and he had a cut under his chin.
Oh, poor
But he's all in his feelings because he couldn't play video games.
Oh.
He's only having kids a big old cast on.
Is it his right hand?
His right hand.
Oh.
So he's left-handed though.
Oh, okay. So at least he can still sign.
Yeah, he's playing big games on his phone, just sad. I don't even like these.
Oh, it's hard. I
Yeah.
bet.
No,
you
you
don't
gotta-
realize how, if something's out of commission, how that balanced you out. It
Yeah.
takes you going out of commission to realize what balance that other hand, or maybe even a toe.
Yeah, just like when your car breaks down, you think about all the times you shouldn't have drove somewhere. I didn't have to go to the store and get that extra spicy mustard. I had mustard at home.
Right? Yeah, I just had to go out. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what do we do? Okay, just really quickly, because the crime is in the news. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
How do you think, as a citizen, what should we do realistically?
Do a neighborhood watch,
Okay.
and then what someone should do is do a bait car.
The bait car?
Yeah, you know what kind of cars they're stealing. You know they want Hondas. You know they want whatever kind of car. Leave a car there.
Okay.
Put a tracker in it.
Yeah.
Let them steal it. Follow the ass. The cops can't do shit. The cops aren't gonna do shit.
Yeah.
There's so many laws, but it's crazy. You watch how the cops ain't doing shit for nobody else. But I know, I hate to bring it up, but as a black man, they find reasons to arrest me.
Okay.
I've been pulled over and the cops, I'd be like, what'd you pull me over for? And the cop said, we'll find something.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
That's just not been my experience.
I drive around, I see all this, I see people driving around with no backlights, no bumpers,
That's true.
cracked windshields and
I
shit.
thought you couldn't do that.
You can't. I've been pulled over for having my license plate crooked. He didn't even tell me, he didn't even give me a warning, he gave me a fix-it ticket.
Yeah, that definitely seems like a nitpicky type.
You know what I'm
type
saying?
thing
So
to
that's
do.
why I don't really have mercy for law enforcement right now.
Okay.
Maybe you shouldn't spend all that time harassing people that look like me and did your own people, but you didn't. So now you're fucked because they're making all these rules and laws
Right,
to
and
help
now they
out.
want to quit.
Yeah.
But so would you be upset then if your son was like, I want to be in law enforcement?
No, not really.
How would
I mean, if that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do.
Yeah, would that change your mind?
About the law enforcement?
Yeah.
Nah.
So you don't think he could come in and maybe change
Change shit? No.
Change
the
the
change
culture.
comes from the top.
okay.
But I mean, the law enforcement has such a culture to it. I don't think it can be changed. They're gangsters. I mean, let's keep it 100.
Yeah.
If one cop tells on another cop, he's a snitch.
That is true. There's
You know what I'm
definitely
saying?
you don't There in all the movies you see it, and you hear about it in various investigations.
They won't come back you up. They won't do a bunch of.
Yeah.
You're a rat. I'm like, yo, if you talk like that means you're a gangster.
Yeah.
You're a gang. You just get paid to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't got no problem. Some cops are cool, some aren't. But if you let the other ones do whatever, I mean, out here it's kind of weird because we're such a mixed community.
Yeah, it is.
So it's like they don't care what. I mean, back in the day it was like we had a lot of racist cops. Nowadays I don't know. They don't fuck with me.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's good.
Because I know they are too understaffed to have time to harass random people.
Stick to the real big.
I know I can drive on the freeway after 7 o'clock at night and go as fast as I want because there's no cops on there doing speeding
Or state patrol, yeah.
No, because they have to go back up the other law enforcement officers because there's too much stuff going on.
There is, because again, we're circling back to the homeless and then this crime that's always that's in our face right now that we have to figure out what to do. Because like you said before, we didn't really hear about it, but now it's like you said, now everyone's a journalist, so now we get to hear about it and know what's going on. So now they have to do something, which is taking their.
At one point, it's going to have to be the community. It's going to have to step up and do something.
I think that's the only way. But now the community is we're kind of in this tribal state right now. I mean, maybe now that you can go around without your mask.
I'm gonna eat this cookie. She brought me these cookies from Hawaii, and I ate 2 before we started this. And I've been staring at the. These ones are different. I've been staring at them the whole time. So you're gonna have to hear me eat these cookies on this microphone.
I'm so glad that you enjoyed. Yes, of course. Just bringing.
I'm about to eat Rozzy's cookies too. He can find out if he listens to the show.
Just so you know, Rozzy, I did bring you some, but if they're not here when you get here, just know that they did exist.
It's a tin now.
It's a tin, but it's a lovely tin that you could store things in.
You can put your chew tobacco in there.
Your chew tobacco. You could store pieces of gum. You could store trinkets.
You could hide money from your kids.
Hide money from your kids. Yeah, from your significant other.
Chip.
Yeah. Chocolate chip shortbread.
What's that thing inside of it?
Is it a fruit?
Yeah.
It might be maybe a little piece of lihimoy, maybe a piece of passion fruit. I'm not sure.
Cookies
a piece of guava.
Delicious.
Who's to say? It was an assortment for you to try all their yummy flavors.
I'm totally still
if Honolulu Cookie wants to go ahead and sponsor us, feel free.
Yes, we are here. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh goodness. But yeah, I think you're right. The community is going to have to, but it's just that with everyone so divided, and it doesn't take much to divide us these days. Seriously. What do we do then? Because
people are divided politically.
I mean, even something as simple as the mask, even as something as
the mask is over.
The whole will and well, yeah, it's kind of. I know this has to come out, but
they had the dude that played in the Matrix. He said that Will Smith.
Is this Keanu?
Nah. The black dude that was like in charge of everything. He was with Jada Pinkett Smith's character.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
He said today that Will Smith should give back his Oscar to give back integrity to the Oscars. No,
I don't think he should give back the Oscar. I think that's a whole other issue.
I think a lot of people should understand this. Even like with Reggie Jackson. What was his name? Reggie Jackson?
Well, tell me about the story.
I'm like this. If you give me something, it's mine now.
Okay.
You can't be like, oh, you got to give it back. Give what back? It's mine.
Right.
It's no longer yours to even try to take back.
I agree. Well, don't they sometimes do that where they like if someone's been given maybe put into a Hall of Fame where they take you back out or
if they gave me a trophy, it's mine.
I do agree. I hear what you're saying because there's what he did on film, right? And they've already decided to reward him for that. But I do think banning him for 10 years, that's so excessive. I mean, pedophiles, sex offenders, they don't even get that kind of time.
Well, there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that.
That is so.
Hollywood's like, oh, you like to rape women and touch little kids? You good?
Yeah.
You slap. You know what's crazy? No one cares about Chris Rock.
I care.
No one else cares.
Okay, well, what do you mean? Before I say
how many people are like, oh, how's Chris Rock doing? Oh man, I wonder if Chris Rock's all right. Dang, I must be messing up Chris Rock. No one has said anything about Chris Rock.
I definitely.
Nothing.
Because it's something it's still being talked about, even though it's been over a week.
They're just talking about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith.
But they're still talking about the slap because their relationship, and I know we've kind of talked about the three ways and things like that, but I think that their relationship is what mostly people keep talking about because they're always in the press. As far as first they were supposed to be this really solid couple, and then you found out they're not, you know. And
They have
then
an open relationship.
exactly, and that's not what I don't think people think of when they think of like this really solid couple that's been together for 25 years.
Well, 25 years in American terms is like being together for 70 years.
Of course, especially if you're in Hollywood.
Yeah,
especially if you're in Hollywood.
Yeah, you're tired of fucking each other. You know,
I mean, with any relationship, I think at some point, I don't think it's like you're tired, but you just, it's different. You've been with them for a long time, so yeah.
There's only so many costumes you can wear.
Exactly, you know, only so many role plays and things like that. But I think at some point you settle into yourself, and maybe to prevent that whole settling in phase, you know, they wanted to do something different, but they got all messy, and I think that they were just considered a golden couple.
I think it was her dude, who, you know, he was sleeping with old girl from Suicide Squad. Most of the women that he works with in films, he sleeps with them.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they just keep it on the low. You know what I'm saying? Because they have an open relationship. What happened with Jada is her dude became all public. He got in his feelings and was like, I loved her and this and this and that. You know what I'm saying? And he got all public and he made it dirty, you know, and messy and shit. So they had to have the round table talk and all that stuff. And that's what everyone's in their business. You know, and I feel bad for Will Smith because they're going to do him dirty. You know exactly. Will Smith has been a solid man his whole life.
Yeah.
You know, positive, all that stuff. He makes one mistake, they just shit on him.
That is true.
You know, hard.
And this isn't even something like, okay, yes, I'm not saying violence is the answer, but
it is. Violence is always the answer.
I'm so tired.
This is America. I'm sorry. This is America. Violence is the answer.
There's definitely, right? And this is what I'm looking forward to talking with some of our other guests about. It's just as far as like, at what point do we start holding people accountable for what you say? Yeah, you have the freedom to say it, but you know what? Sometimes this is what is going to happen to you. You know, not saying as you know.
Well, you see people like that on the internet. They'll say something foul to somebody.
Yeah.
And someone will say something fouler to them.
Yeah.
They'll be like, "How dare you? Why didn't you?" You know, they expect you to just talk shit to them and take it.
Right.
But then they get mad at the react. Yeah, you're allowed to react to anything how you feel like it.
Exactly.
America was created on violence. We live in a violent country. You say something sideways, someone can do something violent to you.
Absolutely. And I have actually heard that, for instance, if you go overseas, like say in Europe, they view us like, oh, we're so prudish when it comes to nudity, but we are so in your face with our violence. We have a high threshold for violence.
Yeah.
And that's probably why this
is
so...
Whoa, hold on. I like violence and titties too. Hold on.
No.
Prudence.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's why we have things like, you know, abortion ban bills, because no one wants to acknowledge.
Did you see that shit in Tennessee?
Tell me about what's
Tennessee, where they passed the lawmakers passed the law where it's okay to marry any person, any age.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 12, like 12 and up. But
was it 12 and up?
I thought it was 12 and up.
Probably 12 and up. That's disgusting.
I think so too.
But that's
like, so just to put it in context to make sure I'm hearing the same thing, that if like a 41-old man was like, oh, I love this 12-year-old girl,
he can marry her.
And it's not even talking about she has to get parental consent.
Nope,
she can just
marry him.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, girl, I'll buy you all the Happy Meals you want.
I just
I mean, what would you even have in common with someone that young?
What? Yeah, exactly. How could you look at that person and see lust instead of maybe being a father figure? 40, and again, the age group we're talking about, let's just say 41, and you're wanting to be with forever a 13-year-old.
Well, I mean, that's like an old European trait. It's like, it wasn't King Henry. One of them, he would always marry women that were like 11, 12. Then they got 17. He was like, you're too old. Cut their heads off, get more.
Well, that is what they did back in the day. But why is that? Where does that come from? You know, because even if you dig back and you look at even the layers of like some aspects of religion where it talks about, you know, you'll get the virgins. That's implying that they're really young and that they're untouched. Why? What type of patriarchal society came up with that and decided this is the way?
Europeans, I guess.
And so we're following the way of
well, also back in the day, people didn't live past 35.
Okay, so even if we're talking 35 and 13 and 12, right? Because you want someone who's young, and that way they can breed. They want them to breed a lot of babies and stuff.
So
like
as soon as like a woman started her period,
essentially she was considered a woman.
Considered a woman. She was ready to breed and shit.
Yeah.
But think about it. Nobody can live past 35. They just get to what they could.
Yeah.
Nowadays, oh man, that cookie was delicious.
Yeah. What was that fruit?
No, I don't remember. It's delicious.
Okay.
Does it have it on there? I know there's a little book in there. I'm probably gonna eat that too.
Okay.
Dip that in a little cumin hot sauce.
Oh yes.
Oh, that was delicious.
Yay.
Thank you for those cookies.
Absolutely.
I need to leave kind of soon.
Yeah? Where would you go?
I'm thinking about going to Ghana.
Okay. Why Ghana? That sounds beautiful, but why?
Because they accepted us back.
Us as black people or
Yes,
us as
so
Americans?
after
Okay.
George Floyd was killed or lynched on TV in 4K, Ghana apologized for the slave trade, their part in it, and they said any African Americans that want to come back to Africa, they'll give you land, money, and a house.
Oh. I would be interested to visit there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
I'm gonna go check it out.
a great trip.
I think America's played itself out to me. I mean, I love it. I was born here, but I don't think this place is gonna last that much longer.
It does feel like there's something kind of brewing here, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, I watched these people storm a Capitol, and not the people that did it aren't even in jail.
That's what I'm saying. Will Smith got like hand slapped or banned harder than those people did.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we all realized that was definitely someone trying to do. That was mutiny.
No, it was yeah. They tried to overthrow the government.
Yeah,
And
a
imagine
coup.
if-
I'm sorry, it's a coup.
And imagine if they would have succeeded. Where would we be right now?
I think
The United States would not be United States anymore. We'd be separate states.
either way, I think that they did succeed because there is pretty much the way that if you do look at the polling, we are at a 50-50. Some people do say that they want a civil war and that they want to secede and stuff like that. So
Yeah, people want a civil war because they think they're going to have a civil war, go out and kill people, and come home and be able to watch Jeopardy at the end of the night.
oh, okay, like this would just be a quick purge.
Yeah, quick purge. Something.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that because it's not like the South versus the North. It's
Right.
like it'll be neighbor versus neighbor.
Yeah, that is an excellent point.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, and if America breaks into a civil war, it'll last for about a week, and then some other country will just come in and take over.
Yeah, and I agree, and I think a lot of it is we're doing it to ourselves, and that kind of ties into what you were asking, our lack of empathy.
Yeah.
Now, and I think it's because everything is so polarizing. Every single thing is polarizing these days. You can't say something without offending someone.
I'm all about offending people. If I'm at work, I don't care what anybody has to say about what comes out my mouth
So
anymore.
you have no qualms about just being your most authentic self.
No, not at all. Not at all.
See, what I still struggle with when I go to work, I have the...
Oh, at work, I'm getting paid to be there, so I'm like, maybe ask me some questions. Oh, did you see that? Nope, didn't see it last night. I'm at work. I don't talk about race, religion, or politics at work.
Well, yeah, I just feel like I have a certain demeanor, you know. Have you ever seen Sorry to Bother You?
Yes.
Yes. Where he's talking about his two versions of selves, you know. There's like when you get on the phone.
Yeah, use your white voice. Hello,
Yeah.
how's it going? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that is wonderful.
Yeah, I do feel like there's two different
Those
versions.
khakis?
You know,
Oh.
exactly. Like, oh my gosh, you know, per my last email, Maria, you know.
Yeah, I remember one
Just
time
trying to be cheerful.
I was at work and I got comfortable and I said a slang word and someone said it right back. I was like, fuck, they heard me.
Yeah, exactly. Or remembering that, you know, you can't just, like for me, it's just call people out because then you'll be considered as the angry black woman. So always being aware of that stereotype and not being that.
Oh, I had to flash on them at work the other day or a couple months ago because they were doing me dirty. But my job, that's the culture there. It's like you don't say nothing, they keep doing you dirty. So I finally just snapped on them and then fuck it, let them think I'm the angry black man.
Yeah,
Because if you want to see this again, you know what to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, see, and that's the whole thing is like if you just try to call out and you're supposed to be able to call that stuff out and it's not supposed to be your problem, but you know, same thing. I was told I was verbally abusive. And I'm like, only thing I want is just show me a receipt. Where does it say that? You know? Because I don't see it. I'll tell you what I have, you know, and I was like, well, if you can't show it to me, you should set yourself up for a lawsuit. And I guess people aren't used to some people just being called out.
Yeah.
You know, for especially when it's status quo, you've been getting away with it. But like you said, when you call it out, they're like, whoa, you know. But then it's just like, okay, we're labeled as something, and why can't we just be people who are just calling people out for just?
I'd rather be labeled as an angry black man than a pushover black man.
Okay, fair point.
Or that's this person. That's period. That's
period.
anybody, not even black man. I'd rather be labeled as the person that will get aggressive with you.
Yeah.
Because you're being disrespectful, than the person that's just gonna get punked and pushed over. Because the person that's bully shit.
Yeah.
If someone knows they can bully, a bully will bully you until you stand up for yourself. Because he don't really want to fight. Mm-hmm. He just wants to be able to push you around. But once you be like, well, fuck you, then let's do it, and they be like, oh, I didn't want to fight today, bro. I just had a big lunch. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or whatever the reason.
and they'll leave you alone. You know.
I feel you. So I don't know how we do it. So how do we go from like you said, people think they want this war, or even though like as far as what it means, they don't have that wrapped around their noodle. But then the need for the communities to band together.
Well, the whole thing is people are split through politics, which is whatever. But you know, as a community issue, you can come together because you're like, I'm tired of this crime.
Okay.
I mean, motherfuckers
Finding that common ground.
You know, you find the common ground because everyone's. Okay, so last Christmas there was a lady driving around in a Eclipse, and she was going around stealing presents or stealing. She was a porch pirate.
Oh, okay.
Stealing packages off people's lawns. They called the police. They told her, they're like, "Yo, we have her on videotape doing it." Cops like, "No, we can do about it. Nothing we can do about it." The community got mad, and someone was like, "Well, her car's parked over here." I'm like, "Well, somebody needs to go slash her tires."
Yeah.
In the thread, boom, someone went and slashed her tires, and she was done for.
Yeah.
Because the community came together. Everyone was tired of what she was doing.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? So as long as the community comes together, because especially out here, it's a community. Everyone's military or military based.
It's still small enough.
It's small enough where you can do it, and you're tired of it.
Absolutely.
Because now you get. I mean, you crashed into Petco.
Yeah.
And stole some ferrets.
Right. That's it. Ferrets.
Ferrets. That's all.
Yeah.
They even must have been eyeing the bitches for a minute.
Yeah, and that's why I just feel like that's some crackhead type shit because.
Oh no.
3 ferrets.
You know, people always say crackhead stuff, right? We gotta let that go.
Okay.
Crack was from the 80s, all right? It is heroin and meth nowadays.
You're right, because we're still saying crackheads, but that's exactly who I'm talking about.
Yes.
So what's the new vernacular?
The junkies.
The junkies. Okay, yeah.
Let's just say junkies, because crackheads. When people say, "Oh, these guys are crackheads," I'm like, I just know they're talking about black folks.
Oh, okay, and we're not.
We're not. We don't. Nope. The demographic people. Has changed.
Yeah, it really has. It has in our area. Not to say that black people are not committing crimes out here, but
they are.
We have noticed that these particular types of crimes are coming from the Caucasian persuasion, which they just weren't really used to in this in-your-face type of way.
Well, the thing is, it's like a lot of people. So a lot of people don't realize a lot of the heroin addicts or the people that are hooked on heroin and opiates, they had good lives before.
Yeah.
You know, they were probably like a business person. They had good jobs, highly educated, but they may have got injured or got hooked on pills, and it just took them down a road where now they're just addicts. So you have these highly intelligent drug addicts on the street.
Yeah.
It's not like they grew up doing drugs.
Right.
They were like 30 and they just happened to become heroin addicts.
Yeah, had a hip surgery and they just liked the
I mean,
Vicodin and Percocet all too much.
A crackhead would not, a regular crackhead would not know to steal 3 ferrets from a fucking Petco because they can sell them for $400.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I just feel like $400. Why didn't they go for the chinchillas?
Are there chinchillas in there?
They were chinchillas. I've been in there.
But I mean, chinchillas are only cool if you cut the hairs off and make coats out of them. You've seen chinchillas are cute. They're
they are
little
cute.
Yeah,
they are cute.
I saw one of those things. I was like, oh, I don't want to hear about that in rap no more.
Yeah.
I was just listening to what happened to that boy. My niece was 4 when she felt chinchilla.
Who was that?
Pusha T?
Pusha T?
You don't like you don't know who the Pusha T is?
I think you know what? I feel like I know who Pusha T is, but I do not know who Pusha T is.
Ma'am, this interview is over.
Oh my goodness.
You don't know who the Pusha T is?
Yeah, oh, you know.
Clips grinding?
Oh, okay. I know that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah. And I feel like he's been featured on some other tracks that I've probably listened to and I've seen his name like scroll by.
The reason I fuck with Pusha T is because Pusha T came out around the same time Napster did.
That was a long time ago.
Yes, and you have to realize a lot of artists that came out around when Napster did not survive. Because the thing about they were making millions of dollars before it was easy to illegally download music.
Yeah.
And so as soon as that came, like the Clips are only artists from that Napster era that are still Pusha T, as his brother Mouse is kind of started rapping it, are still around though.
Clips. I'm just trying to think. Is that grinding?
Yes.
Grinding. Okay.
Know what I keep in the line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
The more you fucking know.
You want to do any shout outs before we go?
No. Hey, shout out to you. It's nice seeing you. It's been a minute.
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to the universe. You know, it's still keeping us alive here. And we haven't hit World War III yet, so that's nice.
Oh, that shit was over. I don't even see Ukraine in the news anymore.
Yeah, it was too much. They went too hardcore, and now here we are.
It was shit. 15 people got shot in Sacramento.
Exactly. Yeah, America's like, thank you, next.
Yeah, next thing.
Where's our next school shooting?
Shout out to Keyz on the track. If you like the sounds that you hear in the background, please do not hesitate to hit up super producer Keyz on the track. Information in the bio. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm D-Mac Uno.
And I'm Keyz Family.
And this has been the Nightly Strange.
You're welcome to the Nightly Strange.
Thanks, Dad.